Hello, in this demonstration, I am going to create a, basically it's a mixed media tapestry. It's picking up where we left off last week with line work, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with some materials that have texture. Um, and I'm going to get started by activating the surface. I'm using a piece of canvas paper. I was going to go pencil, but um, we were practicing the signature warm up. So I'm going to write my signature on this whole page. That'll kind of activate the surface. Then I'm going to add some other things and just do some layering, and we'll see where the signature shows through and where it's disguised. Okay, so bear with me. This is going to take a little bit. It'll probably get sloppier because I'm trying to go faster here. Okay, so I'm doing my signature in Sharpie all the way across the page. And wherever I end, then I have to pick up with the other part of the signature. This is a nice non-threatening way to start. You're getting something on the page. You're getting kind of into a little bit of a mindless flow state, I would hope. And I chose Sharpie, but you can do ballpoint pen, you can do pencil. Okay, so there's my name on the whole page. Now let's see. Again, picking up where we left off last week, I used all kinds of implements. I'm going to do my highlighter again. Just kind of randomly doing some lines there. Okay, and then I asked people to get all kinds of tape, different colored tapes, and even some sticky dots. So now I'm going to have fun with my tape. I'm going to start with my blue painter's tape. And I like to kind of rip it in half so I get more of a jagged edge. And just making quick decisions about where the tape will go. Okay, I'm even going to put some clear tape on. Clear tape is fun to write on top with pencil. Got kind of a nice sensory feel to it. Okay, now I'm going to do my sticky dots. Again, I'm going pretty quickly here. I can rip them in half if I want. Pam left some of these blue ones and they're a little bit shiny. Okay, so there are my sticky dots. And let's see, I'll do a little more. I've got this orange tape. I'm just using what I'm finding around the house. Had this for years. Regular masking tape. That's kind of cool because it's see-through. So now I'm angling my lines a little bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to add some collage material that has got some texture to it. And I got some doilies, and I'm going to add them to my piece with some gel medium. If you don't have doilies, you can pick other things that have texture. And my hopes is that I'll dry brush over these later and pick up on some of that texture. Okay. So now I'm going to use my heavy matte gel. If you don't have that, you can use regular gel or Mod Podge. I'm liking the heavy matte gel better because it doesn't goop all over the place. Okay. So what we're working on in this piece is how to more spontaneously integrate all of these odd materials that you wouldn't normally maybe combine. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do some other mixed media materials. I got this striped thing, part of some decorative collage paper I had. Okay, and then I have this tissue paper that's got some finer writing on it. That's kind of a nice contrast to my signature, so I'm going to stick that in there. All right. Now I'm going to go to paint. And I am going to start with, I'm going to use some acrylic inks. If you don't have these, that's okay. You could use some other paint that's liquidy. I'm going to use this turquoise and this pink. So I'm going to just, first of all, I'm going to put down, just going to wet my surface with this Japanese brush. And I'm just going to drop ink. Kind of randomly right there on the surface. I can even draw with it with the dropper. That's fun. Okay, now I'm going to take blend it with my brush. And something I like to do is take I want more pink on there. I like to use a chopstick and kind of scrape through. This seems to work better, I've noticed, on maybe watercolor or Bristol paper. I'll get more scratch marks. And this is my first time trying this on canvas paper, so it looks like some of those objects might come up, but as I start painting, they're going to get embedded a little bit more, hopefully. Yeah, scratching through seems to work better on the Bristol paper. Okay, now I'm going to go to regular opaque. That one popped off, but I like that. Acrylic paint. Here's a phthalo light green. I'm going to do a yellow ochre. And I might do a darker blue, but things are looking pretty dark right now. Okay. And the surface of my painting is pretty wet. So right now I'm just going to go straight paint, no water, and the low 45-degree angle and drag. And paint is blending right there on the surface. As I cross over some of my areas, they get integrated into the surface. And then I can use my angled palette knife to excavate, uncover certain areas of the tape. Okay, I'm excavating that writing right there. Now I'm using my palette knife that's got whatever that serrated edge. Ooh, that looks good over the gold doily. Okay, so this is pretty wet at this point. I would probably let this dry, and then where I've got all these texture marks, I can dry brush on top. I can even add more layers, like more stickers if I want, more tape. But I think you can see things are integrated, and I've got some transparency showing through, some opaque layers. Here is one that I did over the weekend, and here's where the doily is. So I'm going to try and dry brush on top of that to see if I can pick up on that doily texture. And I'm going to use a darker Winsor blue paint. So hopefully that'll show up. So here's my Winsor blue. Again, dry brush, low 45-degree angle. There you go. Okay. Picking up on that doily texture. But I had to wait for that to dry. And also picking up on the textures of these circle stickers. Okay, and that's it for integrated mixed media layers.